Good.
Good afternoon. This is Surviving the 80s. And I wanted just to show you, first of all, I'm coming out to the patio. This is where in the afternoon I like to sit and read, and this is the view that I get to look at. And I think it's quite peaceful and nice. And also, I wanted to say, I told you about snippet tea. Be careful. If you go out to snip something, you make sure you know what it is. I have nasturtiums blooming, and I have petunias out there. Petunias belong to the nightshade family, so you don't want to snip that into tea. So just be careful. Know what you're snipping. Here, I can do it. Okay, and I just thought I would show you the little spot that I read in. And the other day we talked about Tom's toys that he made in the little Volkswagen. And anyway, I have a subscriber, and she told me about her Volkswagen that she had for 18 years that had astronomical amount of miles on it. And so I'm going to read you a little bit about the Volkswagen I had. In February 1992, I wrote about a car we had purchased for me. Before we'd needlessly drive on, I would like to add, in my defense, I use very few bad words. I even try to avoid discouraging words. So, bummer, here goes. And I don't know if you can see the little picture. Do you think it'd show up? Okay. I wasn't particular about the brand or the model, only she would shift automatically. Having left Tom with that request, I asked God if it was possible to have a really nice tape deck. Tom bought me a Volkswagen Bug. They only come with 4 on the floor. However, it came with a great music system. Son John, trying to console me to the ugly Bug, said, "Mom, they're a kick in the butt to drive." As it turned out, he was right some of the time. The rest of the time, it was more like a pain in the... Spot and I, she had a couple of primer patches on her dignified charcoal where her paint was missing. Anyway, Spot and I have merrily traveled many a mile to the tunes on the tape. Spot has spunk. She hits the high freeway at 55, exhilarates to 70 or so. I know she can do 85 given certain conditions and rhythms. She races right along, dashing down the highway, speeding under the overpasses. Robinson, Black Cat, 10 Mile, Cloverdale, and 5 Mile, passing, weaving in and out like a dancer doing intricate choreography with traffic partners. Some days are more like a playful game of leapfrog as she makes her way to exit 50 and on to Overland. She's quick. She responds. You think she turns and moves. I get a kick and a jerk out of her gears. She's great, almost. For all her zippiness, she is a failure when it comes to the ordinary things one takes for granted. It's a fight from the moment I try to adjust her seats and get in and go. Spot only gives in grudgingly. She has one lever for heat, which I can adjust to hot or cold. The heater feels as if it shoots out small flames, while it seems my pant leg is on fire. However, my fingers are too frozen to the steering wheel to tell for sure. I wonder, though, she makes so much heat, why doesn't she defrost? Who knows? I only know she won't. When it rains, I open windows and scrunch down in my seat to look through the clear little windshield that's left. The wipers work better when it isn't raining. Thank goodness it doesn't rain much here. The seat belts have their own type of humor, sick. The passenger doesn't realize this till he or she tries to get loose. Buckling up is so easy, but it takes driver and passenger and some choice words to extricate the rider from the seat. It amazes me that the same passenger will buckle up a second time or more. They either think it was a fluke or they plain forget. Spot's sense of humor must be rubbing off on me because I watch them from the corner of my eye as they buckle up, and I never say a word. At that time, it wasn't a law that you had to. One of her most exasperating and unsuspecting tricks are the key and steering wheel lock. I can't budge either. By the time I've exhausted all my bad words and said my most pleading prayers, she loosens up. Right now, she is in her unworkable light switch stage. If I juggle the key and maneuver my face just so, she lights up. Of course, the first time she decided to add this trick to her bag was midnight during the Christmas season as I was leaving work. That's no time to be driving 20 miles with only parking lots to guide you through the dark of night. It was not fun and games, but frustration and tears till I caught on. I was managing a store that catered to Christmas. That's why it came out so late. All this to say, my little Volkswagen Bug is not user-friendly, and she will drive you to more than just your destination. And there you have it.
Did you show them the picture and hold up your, the wood,
A time capsule.
the wooden one?
A time capsule of my little Volkswagen, I think 26 years ago. Now, I don't drive, but I do buckle up. When we first moved here from out of state, we went down to get our license to drive here, and you'd be surprised how many ways Mary Ann can be spelled. On my birth certificate, it's spelled one way. On my marriage license, it's another way. On my Social Security, it's another way. And the poor computer had a meltdown. And the man helping us, he actually said, drive with your other out-of-state license, and if you get picked up, just tell him you're visiting. Well, I didn't do that, and I've never really driven here. Actually, when out at the other place we lived, we were 45 minutes from the nearest gas station and grocery store. We were 16 miles on gravel road, and maybe we'd see 3 vehicles, trucks, pickup trucks. And near town, we might pick up a few more, but that was about it. Well, we live in town now, and but I do buckle up. An airport's not too far from here. I do buckle up, and maybe that's why I've survived so well in the 80s. I didn't drive here. So have a good afternoon.